Hello, and welcome to Puzzles Anonymous. My name is Kevin, and I am a puzzle addict. And I guess it's been a while. I didn't even look at the last time I posted a video, but it has been a minute. What's going on in my life? Why haven't I been puzzling? I feel like there's two reasons I haven't been puzzling. One is that my computer has been janky, so there's been just issues with screen recording and even like browsers. So like I'm not even certain if this recording will even work. I also just I got into the bad habit of like puzzling on my phone in the morning. Like when I wake up before I do anything else, I go into puzzling, which is what I used to do before I started this YouTube channel. So I don't really know how that happened or why that happened, but now I'm back doing this. I feel like the other major development in my time away is found out I kind of already knew, but I had a doctor confirm that I have ADHD. So very exciting to like kind of have that figured out and sorted out. I'm trying medications now, and this one seems to be going well after 4 days, but they also say it is like best at the beginning and then like might not work as well. And they say in the beginning you end up trying out a few and you can switch it around. So far I'm happy with the first one that I've tried, but yeah, it's exciting. It's very validating to know that this is true of myself and explains a lot of my behaviors and struggles, and it'll also be sort of fun to figure out how to apply this to my life and all of that. So yeah, pretty cool and exciting. That is what I've been up to, but now I'm back to puzzling and I am going to try to be more consistent. Though also, just as I did before, I don't promise to post every day. I'm going to do the crossword every day, and I will post the ones that I find particularly interesting or fun, and also in the 20 to 30 minute range. So yeah, here we go. This is a Friday. It's actually a Saturday in real life, but the puzzle is a Friday. So I'll give a try at this, and if I fail at it, maybe I'll do the Saturday in a new video and do this preamble all over again, but you'll never know. Cool. This is by Maleka Handa and edited by Will Shorts. My dude is back after recovery from his stroke. That is very cool. So being a Friday, there is not going to be a theme to this puzzle. It's just going to be some pretty long clues or answers. Here we go. 1. Big clashes. Oh, and because it's themeless, I'm just going to go through them in order. No, that's not how I do it. For themeless, I do the long answers first. I kind of treat them like themed clues. So we'll do that. 1 across. Big clashes. Melees is too short. Skirmishes is too long by 1 letter, so I don't know. We're doing razzle dazzle of the film industry, so to speak. Huh. I feel like razzle dazzle is like, there's something to that term that feels, I don't know, there's je ne sais quoi to it, but there's like, the answer is gonna feel similar to razzle dazzle, where it's sort of like a fun phrase. Or is it just movie magic? Yeah, I mean, that's still like a fun-ish phrase. Okay. Crush as an example. I feel like this is one of those where it's they're hiding the proper noun by putting it at the beginning of the clue because the first letter is always capitalized. So they want you to think it's like crush or like having a crush, but I think it's going to be referring to the soda. It's just soft drink won't fit. Soda pop. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. 25 is 7 letters. I think 8 letters has always been my cutoff for long clues. I'm just remembering how to do this. Eyeshadow purchases is probably mascaras. Yeah. It doesn't complete when I do that. Oh, so I'm using a new browser too as connected to that jankiness thing. So my settings are all off. At the end of a word, jump to next clue. that should be, those shouldn't be checkboxes. That should be radio buttons. Because that's like an either or thing. You either jump to the next clue or jump back to the first blank. Play sound unsolved. We got to keep that on. Bum, 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 bum. After changing directions with the arrow keys, stay in the same square. Pressing the space bar should toggle between across and down. Okay. Now we're in pro gamer mode. Yeah. Pop star with the #1 hit album Sour and Guts. That is Olivia Rodrigo. I was a huge fan of Sour, not as huge of a fan of Guts. I don't even think it was like bad. It's just like, you know, sometimes I listen to something and then I just like don't listen to it again. It's like, it just like didn't stick in my craw. Sleeveless summer attire. Wait, stick in your craw is like, I feel like that's a negative thing. Whatever. Guts didn't grab me, and it's not like, oh, it was a bad album. It's just like, yeah, it didn't get its hook in me. I don't want to get the hook, and I'm trying to not use idioms that are based on violence or animal abuse, which most of our idioms are. Yeah, I think getting the hook in it, that's like a fishing thing. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have to talk anymore about the Olivia Rodrigo Guts album, but I do need to take a little sip because my throat is raw. I was at a dance party last night, so I was doing a lot of shouting. Sleeveless summer attire. I want to say tank top. That's not enough letters. And I can't think of anything else. 51. Seat of Power in Westeros. That is Game of Thrones, which I never watched and never will. I mean, there's like, I know the actual like throne. It was like the Throne of Swords, but I don't know like what it's called. And this could also refer to, like, if it's the seat of power, it could be the literal seat. It could be the city that is the capital. It could be the whatever fantasy term they use for the ruler there. But I don't know. Fruity green cocktails. I feel like a mule. It's not green. A mojito wouldn't fit. My sister always makes, I think it's like an Eastern, I think it's like Eastern Special or Eastern Surprise, and that's green, but that, I know that won't fit. Eastern would take up half this clue. Glam rock. And it's a play on words, so it's going to be probably a rock that is glamorous. Diamond isn't long enough. Rhinestone comes to mind. That's too long. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's look at some long downs. Service for someone who needs support. Don't know. Obviously, it's going to be a play on words. I'm trying to think of like what would be the play on words here. I kind of feel like the support is going to be like with the bra, and part of that is because I know that 16 is R. I don't want to write it in yet because I am doing the long clues, but 16 across, I just peeked it, and I know that's Rahm Emanuel, so like BRA. But yeah, I can't think of anything with that. And like service could be, you know, with the question mark, there's like, they clearly set up one thing and want it to be something else. So service for someone who needs support feels like they want you to think it's like tech support and the service that is provided. So it's one or both of those, service or support, is going to be something totally different. So I'm like, what other meanings of service? I'm thinking of like tennis serve or like volleyball serve, or even like a server. But I don't know what it is. Final phase. Don't know. Got it, finally. Don't know. These crosses are vexing me. Not crosses, downs. 27 down. Some romantic setups. Like a setup like a trap? Or just like to describe their relationship. I don't know. Enterprise with many holes in its business plan. I don't think this is the thing where it's like they're hiding, like Enterprise is a company. I don't think they're hiding the proper noun there, even though that is a business, but their business doesn't have to do with holes. It's going to be a golf thing. Golf, is it just golf course? Nope. But like, golf uses holes, and we are working with that O there. Golf. Yeah, I don't know. Introverts need alone time. Girls, same. 34 down. Property of matter. Inertia. That was in the Bill Nye theme. Inertia is a property of matter. Rancid. Ooh, no, this is only 6 letters. I don't know why I clicked on this. Though it's probably putrid. And now that I'm done with all the themed clues, I will do the shorter ones. So let's put Rom in there. What section should we work on here? I feel like we have a lot in the middle, and then like you can start on the middle and spread out from there. So let's do that. Underwear size measurement. Large would fit here, but like that would be the size, that wouldn't be the measurement. And like, why would they make that underwear? The measurement would be like, you know, like seam, inseam, length. I did think underwear was just like small, medium, large. Shows how little I know. Rolls. Don't know. I'm very confident in the R. I'm not confident in the M. Don't know. Hopefully that burp didn't pick up a microphone. Discontinued music players that weigh just over 1 ounce. That's nanos. Selling kilos through my iPod Nano. Went door to door in a way. Ooh, it's like got the shape of canvassed, but that's too many letters. And if it's in a way, it's going to be also slightly askew. There's a whole article to be written, and actually Sam, who writes these articles, like has written it, of like the difference between the question mark, which I was already talking about, and the in a way. They're similar but subtly different, and I don't know if I even fully understand the difference. Yeah, door to door. I don't know. This is obviously an E because it's gonna be something did, but just like with Rom before, I really don't like to write in letters unless I know it's the whole word. Even though like I would bet $1,000 that this letter is an E, but I don't want to yet. But I will use that E when looking at 31 across. Wax off. It's gonna be wane. The moon waxes and then wanes, so wax off. I don't know if I can fully agree with the grammar of that, but whatever. Also, I just figured out why in the settings that wasn't a radio button, because in this situation, when I hit E, I do want it to go back to the beginning of the word, but it went to the next one. So that's what that setting is for. That's why there's 2 check boxes. This makes sense. Okay, Wayne. Lice to be. I don't know what like the young version of a louse is. Sleeveless summer attire. See, tank would fit there. But then what's happened in the second part? Took a tumble. See, took a tumble in past tense makes me want this to be an ED one, but I feel pretty confident in inertia. Well, now we got letters on this, see if we get anything. Waist would be the measurement for underwear. That's still just funny that, like, I don't know, maybe it's different for like ladies stuff, but it's like, are you doing like waist? Are you getting like custom made underpants? Yeah, I still don't know this one. I have so many letters here. Marks is like the only thing I can think of, and I can't think of any way that has anything to do with rolls. I want to say a knit. Like when you have a knit to pick, does that come from like a louse? I don't know. Oh. Is this a type of dress? Sundress would fit. Do sundresses not have sleeves? This count in terms of my rules for looking things up. This is okay. Because it's like, my thing is, I don't, look up spellings of words, or like, I wouldn't, for this one, look up Emmanuel and see what comes up unless it was, if I had initiated the solve protocol. But like this is, I know sundress is a thing. I know how it's spelled. I'm not certain if sleeves are part of it. So I'm just looking up a sundress, and if all the pictures that I see don't have sleeves, then it works. If they do have sleeves, then I'll be wrong. I don't think any of these have sleeves. Okay. Is that what makes a sundress a sundress? I thought it was more like this like flowiness at the bottom. Tell me in the comments. Like and subscribe. Okay, I'm locking into sundress. I think that's right. Blank rule. No idea. It's always like when it's a 3-letter word and you have one of the letters and then you look at it and there's like, I have no idea. It's such a baffling experience. I'm like, there's no way I'll ever know what this answer is. Like if it's 3 letters and I have S and I still don't know what this rule is, there's no world where I'll ever understand this rule. It's probably gonna be get rid of it. Yeah, something's wrong here. Look at 47. That's not gonna be a word. Oh, it's a German city. It could be a word. Inertia could be wrong. No, because it's like, it fits sundress, which you know, it fits Olivia Rodrigo. There are only so many properties that matter. And like waist feels right as well. And get rid of it. Like I already had the R. Yeah, it's probably just a weird German city that I don't know the spelling of. Okay, took a tumble is 8 dirt, which is how that's not an ED at the end. That makes sense. So now we're even as a rule. Okay. I'm glad that I spoke all that nonsense before. This is validating because it's not a 3-letter word. It is 2 words, and the New York Times does not split. Doesn't tell you when something is multiple words, which I love that. I also love, like, Puzzmo does the opposite. They will tell you how many words are there, which I don't like for myself. I like that they offer it for people who don't know, and I also love about Puzzmo is they offer the ability to turn that off if you don't like it. A real no-name. Oh, wait, so I know this one, so I'm going to put the letter in as a real no-name for short, anon. Anonymous would be a no-name that is play on words because usually a no-name is like someone who isn't important, but in this case it's literally you don't know their name. And now I'm already seeing 29. Our holy business is a donut shop. Love that. Shout out Greenbush Bakery. Stretch of land between 2 hills. I think this is a dale. Hill and dale. 27 down. That double D is freaking me out. Some romantic setups. I feel confident in every single answer here. So I think I need to just trust it and get more letters. Notice of money owed. Don't know. The nicest word there is per TV's Laura Ingalls. I'm going to say home. Creatures that take over Earth in a 1968 film. Planet of the Apes, baby. That's a great movie. And the new ones are great too. I haven't seen the new one. But like I was very resistant to that. I don't like any of these just, you know, sequel world. Wow, fresh take, buddy. But like, you know, when the first new Planet of the Apes came out, I was like, specifically like, we don't need an explanation of how it came to be. It's very clear in the original, like, what happened to humanity. We don't need to fill in the gaps here. And boy, was I wrong, because that movie rocks. That whole trilogy rocks. I do want to see the new one, though. I've heard it is not as good as the trilogy that came before. Cup full from China. It's probably going to be tea, so home's probably wrong. But then what would this be if, let's say we put in tea. Heck, let's put in tea. What could this possibly be? Who is Laura Ingalls? I don't know. Home makes sense. Maybe I'll not do tea for now. Know somebody own. We still don't know. Romantic setups. Yeah, we just gotta leave that as it is and keep rolling. Chicken Kiev. I know, just in geopolitics, the city Kiev is like the Russian spelling and pronunciation. So like now the standard is to call it Kiev and use the Ukrainian spelling. But it makes sense that like the recipe doesn't have to change because that's just like the name of the recipe. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to change just based on that. I used to love chicken Kiev when I did eat meat, and I've thought recently about like making a vegetarian version. Item accompanying a diary, perhaps. Key, those cute little diaries with the keys on them, which like, there's no way that lock actually worked. 1/8 of a byte is a bit. Oh, I got this double blind dates. That's why. Okay, a setup. Yeah, you're setting someone else. So STADT must be a city. That feels like it would be like the German name for like stadium. Is it chit? That still doesn't give me anything of that, but I feel like I know chit is a thing. In Boy Scouts, chit was like the term for like the cards you would get that proved that you like had learned how to do it. Like you couldn't use a knife until you had your whittling chit, which showed that you had like learned knife safety, all that. There's also the fireman's chit. You couldn't, work the fire unless you had the fireman's chit. So that's like almost like a license. And I could also see that being like a term for like a bill or something. I don't know. We'll come back to it. Okay, we're going off this. Folded fare. It's going to be fare like food. Omelet. Is that... If I put TTE on the end, is that an American spelling or is that just like the French? Because this is how I always think. Yeah, like this says an omelet. I think this is one of those where probably both spellings are accepted. I feel like omelet is the one in the crossword is a less accepted one. But okay, this says, yeah, okay, they're both acceptable. Another one that has two accepted spellings is in this puzzle. Donut. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the great Nate Bargatze SNL sketch where it's George Washington, but it's really just talking about how like weird languages, and he has a whole thing about how there are two spellings of donut. Okay. Stereotypically upper class. Bougie. I don't know. World Central Kitchen and Care, in brief, are going to be NGOs. Ice Age Sloth, voiced by John Leguizamo. I've never seen any of those movies. And it's like, I was at the age where, like, I was a kid when the first one came out. I was like, I was the target audience for it. And just, like, didn't watch them then. All my time with, like, my nephews and all that, it's just, like, just a blind spot for me. Never seen the Ice Age movies. Certain records for short is going to be LPs. That's kind of a bit of crosswordese. There's so many fun names for like rich people. I feel like I should know this one. The hoi polloi. No, I think of the hoi. I always mix up hoi polloi. Is hoi polloi like upper class or lower class? Yeah, it's like, yeah, hoi polloi is like the common people, but it seems, I want it to be like the upper class. I think I mix up hoi polloi with hoity. Fire sign, ember. They want you to think fire sign like astrology, but an ember is a sign that there had been a fire, which is now gone. Dances in which chairs are hoisted. That's a Hoya. I'm not entirely certain how to spell that, so I'm going to go with that, and we'll look at it from the crossings. Slices of hard-boiled eggs, for instance. No idea. Red or white, but not blue. Thinking Red Sox and White Sox in baseball, but that doesn't fit. Listing next to one's names. Times, don't know that. Already looked at that. So what do we have here? Big clashes. idea. I'm starting to doubt 1 and 2. I felt really good about Ember though. I mean, even the Hoya, like that came to me right away. I don't know. Crush, as an example. Bygone would fit here. Is Crush not made anymore? Is it a Bygone soda? Bygone doesn't. No, it does. Like, Bygone soda would work, but that doesn't feel like a phrase that exists. I don't know. Leaves for dinner. So now I'm thinking, because this is going to be leaves that you eat for dinner. Now I'm thinking this should be kale. Let's try it, and then see what we got there. What might be confused with 5 digital display is S. It always feels weird to write out letters. Yeah, 1 works. Smoke. Same concept I was thinking with Ember, just different execution. Interesting that they're both 5 letters and have an M as the second letter. Slices of hard-boiled eggs, for instance, this is going to be ovals. I love clues like that. I love, like, you're looking at oval, and I've never edited a crossword. I made a New Year's resolution last year to write a crossword that I just totally abandoned, as one is wont to do with New Year's resolutions. But I love clues like this, where it's like you're looking at oval, and it's like there is 1,000 different things in the world that could be ovals that you could use as a clue. And it's like, on today, on March 7th, Friday, March 7th, let's do, this is the shape of a hard-boiled egg if you slice it. It's just, it's gotta be such a fun job. Red or white, but not blue. Don't know. That one hasn't updated. We have new letters there. Okay. Ooh, I know this. This is showdowns or big clashes. So much easier when you have the right letters, huh? Crush. See, Hoya, I feel like this Y could be something else. It could be like H-O-I-A. Yeah, I don't know. But I do know 4 now is wine. Red or white, but not blue. Still don't know that one. Waspy is stereotypically upper class. That's true. Okay. Like, that is true. I feel like it's a specific type of upper class, but that's fine. Oh, Sid was the character. That's one of the things you just pick up through cultural osmosis. Yeah, this is orange soda. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. So is it Hora? Yeah, you know what? I should have known that. What is Hoya? I don't know, but it is Hora. That's right. Degree, I guess, is the listing next one name. Is it degree? Cool. We're moving along. 25 minutes. I realize I've been talking a lot because I haven't done these in a while. I got a lot of thoughts to get out. Still confused. Not in on. No. We already looked at 15. Let's look at 22. Amazement. Mascaras might be wrong because I can't think of anything here. Some swimming pool and inflatables. Tubes. I don't know. I don't feel strongly about it. Blog feed letters is CSS. Don't ask me to explain that. I never used CSS. I just know it was a thing. Darkens in the light, say. Tans. You are in the light to darken yourself. I want to attack these long ones again, but I'm gonna like kind of work around it and see if I can get more letters. Ruler divisions, this is centimeters or millimeters. So I know I just said like 10 minutes ago that like I don't like to write in a single letter when I'm not sure, but I'm doing it here. So alliance, this is going to end with a C or an M. I think this is team. And that's tag at a vintage store. I know, and I looked at 21. So now we have, did we look at 38? From the beginning. Probably anew. It's a weird one, but it's true. If you do something new, you do it from the beginning. Like, you wouldn't think of that as like a definition for from the beginning, but it works. That one's crossword ease too. It comes up a lot. Provide with equipment without. Kit out is a term for this. This was rancid, and I put putrid. Admin for an online forum. Don't know. Certain World of Warcraft mission is a raid, which makes me feel a lot more confident about kit out. So putrid, you're gone. I'm sorry, you burnt. And then admin is mod. So 41 to me something completely different from what we thought, but I want to go back and get these long ones here. So what was this again? Service for someone who needs support. I want to say like stint is here. I don't know if that's actually support. I'm thinking like hard stints. Again, I don't feel confident in mascara. Final phase. It's probably going to be stage here. Maybe not, because I don't know what that, like what the first would be. I want to like end stage wouldn't fit. Yeah, I don't know. Got it, finally. Ah, I see now. Let me do my sip. There's also homemade kombucha, a task I was putting off for a while. And I also had some starts and stops. Also, I mean, it's March right now. It's a lot, like any live thing, you know, sourdough, kombucha, anything like that, just so much harder to do in the winter, just because stuff is less alive when it's cold. You know how science works. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. I was wishing it would be more bubbly, but there's actually like quite a few bubbles in this still, so I think it's pretty solid for homemade kombucha. Got it finally. Ah, I see now. Does that give us anything else on this? Tag it a vintage store. Nope. 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 I'm coming up on 30 minutes, and that's usually my cap. I gotta lock in here. Blank Park, California City, where Google was founded. That is Menlo Park. What is Edison also from there? Gotta lock in. No more chatting. Mother's mother in Cantonese. No clue. Stroke. No clue. STAT for a DJ. Oh, beats per minute. You gotta know the beats per minute so you can get the songs to line up. Elevations, abbreviated heights. Let's try it for now. Sandpaper feature. I feel like grit is like the measurement of a sandpaper. I wouldn't call that the feature. I'm gonna put it in, but we'll see. Player of 20 across. So LPs, record player, turntable. Can't think of a five-letter word with it. Country with a 75-mile coast along the Gulf of Guinea. I'm not that good at geography. NWA's Angel Grease, I believe. Cheap beer brand for short. PBR, baby. Solo no stroke. Butter topping for paratha. I don't know what that is, but this is probably ghee, which is like not just buttery, like that is butter. Will, I'm glad you're back, but I'm dunking on your clues. I think you're getting back in the game. Iron Throne. Oh, RPM also works. So I was thinking BPM, you need to know the beats per minute of a song to line it up. But also, like, turntables, you can change. You know, obviously there's, like, the 33 versus 45 rotations per minute. But I think with a DJ, you do a lot of in-betweens also to adjust the BPM for a song to make it fit. So, yeah, the seat of power in Westeros is the Iron Throne. Even I know that. I didn't come to me right away, but, like, another thing that I pick up with cultural osmosis, even though I did not watch Game of Thrones and never will. People were so annoying about that show. I wanted to. I've always thought about making my own custom bumper stickers, and one custom bumper sticker that I thought about making, and it would be too late now, but I wanted to get one that said, "Stop telling me to watch Game of Thrones." Because just like, yeah. Recommending TV is annoying in any case, because it's like, you recommend a movie that's 2 hours of someone's life. If it's TV, like, it would, it's just so much time. So I feel like you can say, hey, I think you would like this, but like, you say it once or twice, and if people are not interested, move on. In my experience, people who were fans of Game of Thrones talking to people who weren't fans of Game of Thrones, suggesting that they would watch it, could not let it go. They would like, man, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Don't tell me what I gotta watch. Fruity Green Cocktails is Appletinis. Glam Rock is a moonstone. Yeah, that's glamorous. So then, phono is a term for a record player. I see that. And then country. God, this is embarrassing. I was talking about being bad at a geography. Not only did I not know this, but it's like Benin. This is gonna be the most American shit I've ever said. I wouldn't, like, gun to my head, telling me to list countries, I would never come up with Benin. Now that I see it, I'm like, yes, I know that country, but it's like, I never would have got that in a million years. Yeah, I still don't know this one. Stroke, I don't know, but we don't really have any letters on it. Okay, this is rotten, so Get Out is not it. But R and I are right, so Rig Out. Okay, and that makes more sense for this. Just because ING, that's a service for someone who needs support. Yeah, I don't know. Final Stage, I don't know. Oh, I felt like I was going to post this video even though I'm a little bit over the time limit, but I'm totally crashing out on these last ones. Eyeshadow purchases. I mean, we could initiate the solve protocol, but there's nothing here that's really Googleable. Amazement. There is another version of the solve protocol that would work here, which is easy mode. Let's do this. This will be fun. Sorry if this is a long video. I mean, there's only like 2 of you that watch, so I don't think you'll be that upset. But we're going easy mode, baby. For people who don't remember, or for new viewers or everyone, the New York Times, for the Friday crossword, which is a pretty tricky crossword, they have an alternate version of the puzzle where it's the same puzzle and just easier clues. So I'm going to open this in a second browser. Actually, no, I'm gonna, because my browser that has Gmail in it is still janky, so I'm gonna copy and paste it in here. So here we have easy mode. Oh my God, don't ask me things, browser. Which one do we want to look at? Let's look at 10 down, the clue for that. So the current one is service for sporting. Measurement taking, appointment at a lingerie store. So it was a bra thing. Oh, so team's wrong. It's bra fitting. I should have believed in myself. Yeah, so then what is an alliance? It's a block. So I see, this is what I got scared, because it's like, if team doesn't work, I felt really confident about I see now, which is I see now. And this goes from millimeters to centimeters, and this becomes block. That's so funny that I was able to get a full word that fit the clue here, fit the answer here, fit the answer here, and was wrong. That was probably like intentional in the design of this puzzle. And I put a typo in bra fitting because tag adventure story is as is. Is this a rafts? Let's do it. Went door to door in a way. Something with cars. No, caroled is to go door to door. You go to door to door singing. Amazement is awe. We're cooking now. Final phase of the last stage. So this is now I Something's wrong here. I'm gonna put this in. See, this is palettes. There's no wiser. I really thought CSS was the blog thing. I feel like I remember like webcomics that I read in the aughts being like, here's our CSS link. But, you know, maybe it was RSS link. Okay. Roles is parts. So this is knits as I thought, and it didn't work because the M before, but it does work with the P, and then this is the part that was really confusing. So let's go to easy mode for these clues down here. Cha-cha slide. So it is chit. I don't know what this cupful from China is, but this should give us, oh, there's one more. Stroke is pet. Yeah, I don't know what popo is. I guess mother's mother would be grandma, so this is just like Cantonese term for grandmother. But I don't know this Chinese cha-cha thing. But let's hopefully hear the music. Yeah. Let's look up cha for China, and then I'm gonna shut this down. I don't want to keep this too long. Yeah, it does look like it's like just like a. Is that just like the Chinese word for tea, or it is a Chinese tea? I'm interested in this, but I am not going to take up too much time of this video with it. Though also, it's fucking YouTube. If you are bored by this, like, just stop the video, turn it off, just close the window, but like and subscribe first. Yeah, this is just a website that just gives you the answer, but it doesn't give you any context. Okay, well, I think it's either a type of Chinese tea or it just is the word for tea. So I learned something new from this crossword, and I clicked on that too soon. Okay, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Bye.